If you don't own your story, somebody else will. So that goes for your LinkedIn profile, your resume, when you're networking. So make sure to lead into your story and craft that.
Be clear on what you're looking for and what matters to you. So for me, I ended up choosing LinkedIn for the APM program because I didn't have any skills as an APM. I was coming in from different roles and I wanted to be somewhere where I knew they were going to foster my development and help to build me. And so that was really important for me when I was choosing a role. But I just would recommend that you guys stay really open. You never know what you're going to like. And for me, even though I was in finance and I didn't end up loving that, it was a great experience for me and I learned a lot that I did like and then I ended up landing here. So I just highly recommend that you guys be bold in your approach and learn how to market yourself as well.
First of all, I want to thank all you guys for all the knowledge that you gave us because this definitely helped me. One of the questions that I had was kind of going off of what you said about don't be afraid to pivot. Personally, me now, I'm an information systems major, but I was a computer science major, going to like the cybersecurity fields, and now I'm realizing that I want to go into like data analytics and things like that. My question to you is, after you realize that you want to navigate and like, dip your toes into other stuff, how was the process of like applying to different internships regarding what you're now interested in?
It's super important that you look at the job descriptions where you're applying for, look at the specific words they're using for whether that be cross-functional collaboration or like buzzwords, and use those words in your resumes too, because they do keyword searches, like literally. So don't lie on your resume, but make sure you're using the words they're using to describe your experience.
I knew the skills that it took to be a product manager, but I was in a software engineering role and then I was in a finance role. But what I did, like, you know how people say to tailor your resume to the role that you're applying for, you can kind of take any experience you had and, workshop it a little bit to apply to what it is you're trying to do. So when I was doing software engineering, I did a lot of front end work. And so one thing that I did was say, like, I did a lot of UX research here so that I could understand how to build properly for the front end. And that was a very valuable skill for the product. And I did the same thing when I was, working in finance. I said I did UX research. I actually worked with the engineers to build. All of those things apply to the role. I think, like I mentioned in my later answers, like just be bold about it and learn how to market yourself properly.
My question kind of goes into how I was talking about pivoting into different fields a lot. You know, as someone who has a growth mindset, I come from MLT, so I know y'all very hungry for success. How do you measure those successes and not get caught in the, okay, I'm chasing, never feeling fulfilled? How do you pivot effectively while also measuring success with each pivot without getting kind of drowned out in your work ethic?
Career objectives will be very helpful in measuring your success. So I think I had one before I joined LinkedIn, or not LinkedIn, MLT, and I still have one as of here at LinkedIn that I refer to as like my measure of success for my career. And so I would say building out like your like career objectives, the mission of what you want to complete in your career, that will really help you define success. So, for example, for me, it's really important to make impact in the projects that I work at LinkedIn. So I've been a part of like some really cool initiatives like Open to Volunteer. I accessibility USC on my team, so work on building like programs that are more accessible. Like I said before, the career preferences will help you like match your career success as well.
You need to have those career conversations and push your managers and push your mentors into guiding you. You can very easily get to a company and just kind of coast and exist, and no one is going to be like, hey, so if you want to get promoted, you kind of have to do that yourself and put those checkpoints for yourself and make sure that people know what you're trying to accomplish so that they can help you get there. If nobody knows what you're trying to do, they can't help you. So it's a big, again, it's self-advocacy and putting yourself out there and making sure people know what you want.
And my question goes maybe like impact. I think one of my life goals is to make sure I'm creating impact for my community and always there for my community. And you mentioned how like when you're looking at products that you think of people who are typically not thought of, and like how do you implement that as an entry level? And also, do you think of like companies you want to work with like very intentionally when you do that?
What I would actually encourage is keeping that as like your true north, like goal for your career, but being okay not necessarily having that be a part of your first couple of roles, because what I'm focusing on is building the skills, but knowing that then a couple years down the road, I'm going to really make sure I actually take that step and shift into something that is impactful. So it's okay if your first job is not that, but make sure you keep that true north core. And then some of the other things I've done is like on the side, mentor, volunteer, tutor people in the community to help them get similar jobs in tech and things like that. So it doesn't always have to be in the job.
If you're pivoting and you're still progressing and you're moving forward, you're on the right path. So it may look different, but you're progressing. This has been amazing. Thank you all so much. Keep it up. Sarah, thank you all. We'll see you later. Amazing questions.